Hey everybody, it's Beth again, registered dietitian from Healthy Hints. And in today's video, we're going to talk about Manuka honey. So you may have seen my last video that compared raw honey to pasteurized processed honey, and you discovered how awesome raw honey is for you because of its antibacterial properties and many more. Well, now we're going to take a step further and start talking about Manuka honey, which is considered a superior type of honey. So Manuka honey is actually called monofloral, meaning it comes from one type of flower that actually originates in New Zealand and some parts of Australia. So this honey is actually produced from the nectar of a Manuka bush. Cool enough, all types of honeys contain antibacterial properties from what's called hydrogen peroxide, which you guys are mostly familiar with. But Manuka honey, not only does it contain hydrogen peroxide, but it contains enzymes that produce methyl glyoxal and also dihydroxyacetone, which give you this trifecta of antibacterial, antimicrobial agents. So whenever you pick out your Manuka honey, make sure that you're checking to make sure it has a scale on it. That scale is called a UMF, which is also known as a unique Manuka factor. And what that does is rank the components within the honey and ranks it on a scale of 0 all the way up to above 20 to determine how high of a medicinal quality that honey is. So most honeys are going to be around a 4 or a 9 on that UMF scale because, again, they do contain some of those antibacterial agents that I talked about. Well, this type of honey actually has a 10 plus, which is great because it has those different agents in it that give it that medicinal quality that I talked about. So Manuka honey, again, when you look at the label, check to make sure that it has the scale on there. Again, above 10 is what this one is. Also, make sure that it says product of New Zealand. So on the ingredients label, this one does say product of New Zealand. So you can ensure that this one's going to be a high quality Manuka honey. So there's a limited research out there on the benefits of Manuka honey. But most popular research is going to be that it helps to heal certain types of wounds, mostly acute, very minor wounds. That it can also help with burn pain. So if you have a minor burn, if you apply that to your skin, it'll help with that. Also, there's some research out that it helps with gingivitis and to decrease plaque. Not only that, people say that it's an anti-inflammatory, that it can help with gastrointestinal issues like irritable bowel disease or irritable bowel symptoms in general. It also has been looked at to help with the treatment of acne because of those antimicrobial properties that I talked about. Again, all of these things that I'm talking about today, there's very limited research. The most research that's out there is that it helps with wound healing and infections. So I talked a lot about Manuka honey and why it's so great, and you can see that I have them ranked here from lowest medicinal property up to highest medicinal property and how it's so great for you. So the last question is, how do I use it? Again, you can use Manuka honey just like any other type of honey. As an alternate sweetener, it's recommended to have about a tablespoon of Manuka honey per day, up to 2 tablespoons, and then to get those therapeutic benefits that I talked about. The different thing between Manuka honey and the ones I've got out here is that it has the highest viscosity, which means it's going to be super thick when you try to use it. So you can see here it's very thick, has a super thick consistency whenever I bring it out there. It also has kind of a more kind of medicine smell to it versus your really raw honey is going to be a sweeter smell. And then, of course, your processed honey is going to be the sweetest with that thinner texture there. I recommend throw a tablespoon in your coffee or tea just as an added sweetener, and then take hold of those benefits that I talked about today. So thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like and follow us for more great healthy hints, recipes, and simple workouts. And be sure to subscribe below.